As a producer, how, like you just said, you make people's visions come alive. Like how exactly do you facilitate that?
Well, with people like Umi, we recently started working on the album, and it was like me, Mvjors, and she put like her Justice League team together, where it was just like she's did her rounds, right? She worked with a bunch of producers, it's like blind dating, right? As a man, or as a woman, you go out and you date, and it's kind of scary, it's kind of weird. Like if you don't, like Tinder, these apps where you can like meet people, you go on blind dates, it's like you don't know who the person is, you don't know what the experience you're gonna have, but you're doing it. And I feel like that's what sessions are like. Yeah. So Umi, like artists and producers do it. You go on these blind dates, you meet people, you make music, and then you find the people that you click with. And then so she, like me and Mvjors, like me starting off is just like recording her vocals into like, oh, let's make some tracks. Mvjors coming in, so me and Mvjors like doing our thing for her, and then her going off and doing stuff, and then she met this guy named Los who does a bunch of Brent Fires and shit. And like somehow him and Mvjors kind of knew each other through a mutual friend. So then we were like, yo, let's just do a session with us three since we know him. And then her working with this guy named Jakob, who's an amazing piano player. He does all of
producer.
All of Black's. He executive produced Black's project, both of them. And so so then she was like, oh, how about I just put everybody together? So we just literally got away, and we just made it. We just worked on a bunch of songs.
She's just like, she's like, I do this stuff individually, with these guys, but it'd be tight, to all your minds to make, one song together, not one song, but a bunch of songs together for her. But like regarding like your question, I think like cultivating like somebody's like sound, it's like two things. It's like there's like a mutual respect, like that an artist like comes to you and they're like, I respect like what you do. I appreciate like what you do, because to a certain degree, like we're artists, what I'm saying, because we're creating, and then it's the understanding of what they do and what they want, and then so when they have like an idea in their head, being able to bring that like to life. You know what I'm saying? Because like with Umi, she's like, I want to do this, like that, and we've developed like enough like rapport with her to understand like that's what you want. Like we like never say no like to anything. Like we can't. There's never been like we can't do that. It's like, you want that? All right, God, yeah, we can do that.
That's one thing I noticed about y'all. You guys have a very egoless process.
That literally was
that was her idea. It was just like, I want to go to Hawaii with people that don't like have egos, and
sorry to cut you off, but like I didn't want to forget this, but it's like, I think you can say the same thing. It's weird when you start to get a little bit of success or money, like producers start to like get in the ego, right? So I've seen it like a couple times, but as like with Umi's stories Umi would tell us, or other things I've heard, is like producers, when you get in the studio with them, it's almost like their track and it's not yours, which to me, I can never ever see that. But like, so when you do your rounds, you meet producers who are very ego based, where it's like, well, I want you to do it like this, or this is how the beat's gonna sound. But to me, it's like it's crazy to even that people think like that. So the whole idea of the trip was finding people that were egoless and that could get together and make this shit and like just whatever's best for the track more than whatever you think in your head. It's like, if she doesn't want that, then we're taking it out. Plain and simple. It doesn't, or we're like, trust me, like let's keep it in there, but let's tuck it, or like you know what I'm saying?
That's huge. Is the trust factor. And that's something that like when I first started like working like in this business, like one of the first like things like I ever worked on in a professional capacity was like on Usher's Raymond vs. Raymond album, and I worked on the songs that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis produced, and they were, they did like Prince and Morris Day and The Time and Janet Jackson, and so I was in the studio with them a lot, and I asked like Terry like one day, I was like, you guys have obviously been doing this, for